Hey everybody out there in social media land or YouTube land or wherever you're at. Hey, if you're watching this, it's because you're doing some due diligence on Jonathan Budd and or his new MLM Powur network, Powur. And let me start out first of all with a disclaimer by saying that, what I'm about to say is not necessarily the gospel truth, but it is my truth as I see it. And all I really want to accomplish here is to encourage you to get the facts, to get the other side of the story, so to speak. In other words, get the facts so that you can be educated, so you can make an educated, informed, and non-emotional decision. And in the interest of full disclosure, I have to admit, I've been online since 2008, okay? And I probably fell for more MLM scams and pyramid schemes than I care to admit. Okay, in retrospect, because I put the cart before the horse, so to speak, and I didn't really lay a foundation, and I jumped in with both feet before I really knew what the hell I was doing. So, with that being said, let me start off too in defense of Jonathan Budd. I met Jonathan at a conference, an internet marketing conference in Las Vegas, a number of years ago. I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago or something like that. And in fact, I went to several of his breakout sessions because I was really impressed with the guy. And as you may know, if you watch some of his videos, he made several $1 million by the time he was 26. And he's a very interesting, charismatic, charming, smart, innovative, hardworking, likable, down-to-earth guy. Okay, there's no doubt about it. Okay, but as I'll refer to, and a little later on in this video, he also is a Pied Piper, if you know what that means. And he's also I've forgotten the word right now, but it'll come to me in a minute. Anyhow, I'm going to encourage you to do 3 or 4 things. Number 1, I want you to go to Google, and I want you to Google Jonathan Budd. Okay? And you're probably going to have to dig deep. By that, I mean you're going to have to go to page 3, 4, 5, or 6 and Google to find out any real reviews, and by that I mean objective reviews. And the reason I say that is because Jonathan, well, he's a smart guy, and he has just made tons and tons of videos to get himself on page 1 or 2, knowing that if you don't get beyond page 2, you're probably not going to find out a whole lot about him that's objective. Okay, and then I want you to go to the Powur network, and I want you to do the same thing. Okay, you're going to have to dig deep. But in order to save you some time, I'm going to put some links down here below, okay, that will give you some objective reviews, okay. The other thing I want you to Google is Ripplin, Ripplin. In short, Ripplin is one of his latest adventures, and it probably has gone down in history as one of the biggest and fastest failures in MLM. And I'm going to take a minute and look at my notes here because there's several things I want to cover. Okay, I've just mentioned Ripplin. Okay. Next thing I want you to do is I want you to review the compensation plan. Now again, you're going to have to dig deep. If it's a video that's done by somebody that's already working with Jonathan, it's going to be totally subjective, and they're going to say nothing but good things about it, okay? But look for an objective review, all right? In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste the highlights of the compensation plan below. And let me say this, okay? I didn't just fall off a turnip truck. I'm sure you know what that means. I don't pretend to be a rocket scientist and to understand all the variations of MLM network marketing compensation plans. But over the years, I've acquired some knowledge and I've got a fair amount of common sense. But essentially, the picture that Jonathan is painting is that if you recruit 5, okay, actually that means getting 5 customers, and they recruit 5, 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 6 level deeps, the picture he paints is that you'll have an $18,000 plus monthly income. Okay? Bottom line is that's a pipe dream. Okay? That ain't gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. It just is not gonna happen. You know, in fact, there have been all kinds of studies done that show that the average network marketer recruits 2 people. Okay? 2. It's a pipe dream. Okay? It's just not going to happen. I'll take that back. Maybe the top 1%, maybe the 200 folks that got in for free. Incidentally, you're going to pay $500. You know, they may get there, or a portion of them may. And let me say this too. A lot of people that know Jonathan Budd far better than I do, okay, you know, indicate that he's got a massive email marketing list, you know, in the hundreds of thousands, if not over 1 million. And I'm not a mathematician, but you can do the math quickly. If he's got a list of 1 million people, and only 1% of those respond and get involved, old Jonathan is going to make millions of dollars off those joining fees. And I mean millions of dollars. And even if the company never really gets off the ground, like Ripplin doesn't, he can shut it down and still walk away with millions of dollars. So, you know, hey, again, forget your emotions, okay? Make a decision based on facts, okay, and percentages. What I'm really saying is, you know, rather than investing $500 to join Powur, you'd be better off going to Las Vegas and putting that money on the craps table. Your chances of making money would be greater there. All right, let me double check and see what I've missed here. Yeah, again, in the interest of full disclosure, okay, there's an alternative to Powur, okay? And actually, I watched Jonathan's introduction to Powur, and, you know, I was impressed initially by the fact that it was in the solar power industry, because in the next 5 years, it's going to be absolutely on fire. Absolutely on fire. There was a tax credit, a 30% tax credit, that expired in 2016, but it was just extended to 2012, okay? And in short, that means if somebody's got a $20,000 tax bill, okay, they're going to get a $10,000 tax credit, and that comes right off your taxes. That's not a deduction. It comes right off your taxes. In addition to that, some of the states have additional incentives. So, I mean, you can get into a solar system today for a no money down lease, for a no money down financing program, which is just going to make it, I can't tell you how fast the industry is going to grow, but it's going to boom. And SolarCity has got 40% of the market, okay? They've got their act together. Elon Musk, who's the founder of PayPal and SpaceX, is the CEO of SolarCity, and he's about to purchase the company outright. So, you know, the future looks bright, okay? But the fact of the matter is that Jonathan Budd is just a third-party middleman in this situation. He'd lead you to believe that he's the first network marketing company to be involved in solar. It's just not the case. I mean, you can find out that by Googling that also. So, last but not least, okay, I want to point out to you there's an alternative to being involved with SolarCity. Okay, and I found that because once I saw the compensation plan for Powur, I said, come on, give me a break. So I Googled SolarCity. There's an opportunity to work directly with them with a very simple, straightforward referral program. it works like this, but I'm going to put a link to it below, okay? If you refer somebody, they become a customer, you get $200, okay? If somebody joins you, okay, and they get somebody, you're going to get a $100 override for everybody that they get involved. And if that person, you know, gets involved and refers somebody, you're going to get $50 there, okay? And there's no waiting 2, 3, 4, 6 months or a year. That money comes to you immediately and directly from SolarCity. So if you're interested in the solar industry, you know, check that out, okay? I've done a lot of research in the last 2 or 3 days, and I'm really excited about the potential here. Not just the financial potential, but you know, of selling or offering, you know, a free evaluation to save a lot of money using green energy rather than dirty energy. So if you're, you know, conscious of climate control, you know, I feel like by offering this to my friends, family, and other people that, you know, I'm truly making a difference. I'm not asking them to spend money. I'm showing them how to save money. So with that all being said, you know, please, I urge you again, do your due diligence. You know, get informed, make an educated, non-emotional decision. And with that being said, I hope you found this video to be informative, and regardless of whatever you end up doing, I wish you more than the best luck. Okay, over and out for until the next time. Bye.